So this signal grass that we're looking at here, it has, in my experience in other parts of the world, it has been used quite extensively in erosion control, both for wind erosion and water erosion. So in spillways of dams and contour banks and any disturbed sort of soil areas, it's a good species. Hangs on very, very tough. The trick is getting it established, but in this system that we've done here, it's we've been able to achieve that. And it's a very good binder of the soil. And obviously in fragile soils like this, if you get if you bare them out and get them too bare, it can blow very, very easily. So this is an important part of the pasture composition of keeping these fragile soils together. On the beds, the Rhodes grass, chicory, Paddock, and signal grass has got going. But then what we did is we had the tall wheatgrass in the mix as well. And what's happened here is in the furrows of the raised beds, the tall wheatgrass has actually laid dormant over that spring and summer period, and it's germinated now. You can see the lines there. It's very, very salt tolerant grass, the tall wheatgrass, and that's why we put it in the mix for in these furrows. So we're quite excited by that result, because it's obviously going to stabilise those areas where the water runs and sits, and we'll start draining out those sort of waterlogged areas. So yeah, we haven't had that before, that result. So yeah, we're pretty excited by that.
I guess it's significant to get anything established on your waterlogged areas, Sean.
Yeah.
And so that gives a bit of hope, a bit of optimism going forward for some of the areas that are affected on other parts of the property to get production where previously there wasn't. And
yes,
if this is anything to go by, it's going to be quite high increase in production.
Oh, absolutely. It's it's turned this country around from, we'd be at a very low stocking rate here traditionally, due to the nature of the pasture system and the production system. Compared to what we have here now, there's a good moisture profile under there, which the annual pastures are unable to reach down and make use of. And as I said before, I think one of the key things has been the ability of these plants to get their roots up and travelling down into that profile really, really quickly, and being able to utilise those moisture levels. And you're quite right, the marketing guys, and we had one of them round here earlier this morning. The customers of our product are, place a lot of value on the way the animals are produced and the environment that they're raised in, and the more natural we can keep that, the better. And we've proved that we can grow the pasture for no more dollars than we would have spent on it traditionally, and purely on volume of feed we're in front already. That's a fact. So now we just need to work out how we can tweak the system. And in terms of what you said of expanding it across the farm, I mean, we don't want to run before we can walk, but there's no good reason that we can see why we can't extend that into other paddocks like this one. And we've got other perennial pastures that are 6, 8, 10 years old on the farm that we're used to managing. So there's no reason why we can't, but this country is suitable to it. So
yes, well, it's an exciting development in agriculture that there is now evidence out there of a higher quality meat product with higher mineral density, as it's ascertained and as pastures are grown this way, because the simultaneously as your little microbes that are inoculated on the seed are now growing down deep in the soil and accessing water, they are also able to access minerals from down deep in the soil in much greater volume. So it's looks like a pretty good outcome, Sean. You must be pleased.
No, very much so.